The 2025 Infiniti QX80. This is Infiniti's flagship product, and this particular trim level, the Autograph, has an MSRP north of $110,000. This is by far the most expensive Infiniti product currently sold, and this is the more expensive sibling to the Nissan Armada, which it is largely a mechanical twin of, or clone. We're going to walk you through in this video how this compares to the Armada, and of course, what this thing is actually like to drive compared to its many full-size body-on-frame luxury counterparts. Now, first things first, let's talk about the mechanicals. Essentially, this has all of the running gear and suspension componentry and design philosophy as the Nissan Armada, which means it has a radically stronger frame than it used to have. It has adaptive dampers with air ride. It can be had as either rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, and it uses the same twin-turbo V6. However, in this vehicle's, or the Infiniti's configuration, it makes slightly more horsepower. It makes 450 versus in the Armada where it makes 425. It makes the same amount of torque. They both tow the same amount, which is 8,500 pounds. The suspension tuning in this vehicle, while it is somewhat off-road capable, it is more tuned around being an on-road luxury SUV boat. And they've spent a lot of money in the interior space, making this a quieter vehicle than the Nissan Armada counterpart, despite, of course, running on the identical Bridgestone Alenza AS tire. Now, from an interior side of things, there's going to be a lot that is the same when it comes to cargo capacity. With all the seats down, you're still looking at north of 100 cubic feet, which is enormous, but they have made this a more luxurious interior space. When it comes to the screen layout, you have two full-size screens that handle most of your infotainment, similar to the Armada. However, they've ditched the physical HVAC controls, and instead you get a secondary screen. You have a cargo or cubby underneath that, full-size center console area, and you have a very functional refrigerator in your armrest, or cooling fridge. Big door pockets. Your second row in this vehicle, at least in the Autograph, has two captain's chairs which have a massaging function, and the third row is there as well. If you have smaller second row occupants, people can fit back there, though most of the time the third row will be folded down. Something to bring up, again, the noise floor in this vehicle is much lower, and this car has the Klipsch Reference Premier audio system. This is their 3D EQ, and when you compare features versus the Armada, even the highest trim Armada that we just drove, the biggest difference other than the quietness of this cabin is the Klipsch. It is not the best audio system on the market, far from it, but it is a noticeable improvement versus the regular Armada. Past that though, what you're expecting, nicer materials, better bright work, more leather. I do think this feels like a significantly more expensive cabin than the Armada, but again, we're talking about a substantial price delta. And when you compare this to many of its competitors, again, that value proposition becomes more questionable. Though I do think, at least when you compare this to the Lexus counterparts or competitors, there's far more usable space in the center console. So with that, Mark and I are going to go take this for a quick drive.
Do you remember that night, you and me in the dark? The rain was pouring outside.
You were like, oh, we'll never get into an Infiniti, Mark. And you know what the next car was that showed up? A QX80. They know. Infiniti's all-knowing, sir.
Well, with Nissan's data logging through the infotainment, they're watching us right now, and they're going to watch us jump this thing.
So holding on for dear life.
And I'm not going to take this hill flat out because
You have a family at home that needs you?
I don't want to hit a cow. Yeah.
How is this better or worse than the Armada?
It's quieter.
It's way quieter.
Seats are better.
They're way more comfortable.
It feels more isolated a little bit. But other than that, that's about it.
Pretty much.
You mean you can... Wait, hold on a second. Who's calling me?
They know you're in an Infiniti. It's probably...
It's Nissan calling.
Is it your bank?
Yeah, they're like, hey, your credit score.
What happened? Going from 800 to 300 in about 2 minutes.
Hey, Kyle. Yeah, just put a freeze on my credit. I'm in a Nissan again.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, I love the Armada for what it is. This is just more of it. I mean,
I'd take this over an LX any day.
Yeah, no, it's better. I mean, the tech is, it's okay. It's pretty, some of it's cheesy, like this screen, which you talked about, some of it, but I mean, like, it's unnecessary. Some of the stuff, the screen in the back is unnecessary. So just so you can swipe to turn on a massager, a lot of this shit is just there because
It should just be physical.
yeah, it's just bandwagoning crap. But I mean, other than that, like if you remove some of those elements, it's just a better Armada. And the question becomes, you know, if you're really speccing this out to 95, 105, 110. I mean, I think you're probably going to need a psychiatrist appointment to figure out what's wrong with you if you're spending that kind of money on this. Clearly, you're going to lease it. Please lease it. For the sake of you and your future, lease this thing, because once
So you don't get generational debt.
yeah, because you're going to find this on a used car lot, like in a couple years, as a tremendous value.
Yes.
Tremendous value.
Come to Dan's used car lot. You got yourself an Infiniti QX80. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she's just pulling and pulling.
All right, there's two weird cons that I've noticed.
Okay.
So you and I have driven, or I've driven this car a lot. On the highway, when you lean on ProPilot Assist.
Oh, that was it. There's nothing left in the brakes.
When you lean on ProPilot Assist, which is their like driving aid, it is either faultless, where you can take your hands off the wheel when it goes blue, the highway's been mapped, or it is actively trying to murder you and your family.
Okay.
It is one or the other. Like hands-free driving, excellent, hours of it. But if you're in an area where the lines aren't well painted, or there's tar marks, it will actively try to pull you into the ditch or into the semi next to you.
Okay.
The other thing that's odd, which I can't really find a good way to demonstrate, the hood in this car reflects sun directly into your eyeballs when you're driving.
Oh man, that's not good.
God, dude!
She's lively and she's thirsty too. We're down to 20 miles range.
Fucking maniac.
Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
That my life flashed before my eyes.
Oh, the reflection off the piano black?
No, the actual hood itself will get right in your eyes when you're driving.
Oh, that's luxury. You want the reflector at the beach to give you a tan.
So you're tanning your face and you just can't see the family you've just run over.
Yeah, exactly.
As ProPilot Assist pulls you into the ditch. Other than that, it gets okay fuel economy. This gets better fuel economy than my GX, which is hilarious to me.
It's about the same as the Armada, right?
I got 19.
Those are lenses. Dude, didn't they just grip it?
I could smell the brakes and the lenses. It gets about 19 miles per gallon on the highway.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, at like plus 80.
What the GX get? 16.1.
Yeah.
That was me, a master driver.
Yeah, I get like 15 in that car. So the fact that you can, oh my God, dude, you still smell the brakes. Oh,
This dashboard's lit up like a Christmas tree. It's like, you're a fucking idiot. Dude, I know nobody's ever driven this car or will ever drive this unless they're in a high-speed pursuit. But the overall sentiment is,
God, it reeks.
this is just a better, more luxurious, what do you call it? Body on frame. Body on frame boat that you can tow, you can haul your kids in. It's enormous. I thought about like at 120 G's, why would you buy this over an X7? And you think about how the X7 or GLS is small inside compared to this. I mean, this is like a boat. You could fit a small like jet ski in the back of this thing. Seriously, it's fucking
take
enormous.
This to the Fox and give them a Blarney's, a jet ski.
I'm gonna go to my wet T-shirt contest in this in Blarney's.
This or an Escalade.
Ooh. I'm not a GM man, but it'd be hard pressed not to buy an Escalade over this for this price point. But I'd be curious to see what the lease deals were. I bet you this would lease better than an Escalade.
Honestly, on the highway, other than the fact that I think Super Cruise is better, you don't interact with the engine anyway. To me, whatever is the better deal, because the interior stuff, they're equally as gimmicky.
Yeah, for sure.
The audio system in the Escalade is not spectacular.
This is probably better. The reference clip is definitely, it's far less bass heavy than the Armada version, where you just like, you know, whoever did it was just like, bass. They wanted like the Godzilla of like bass setups. This is definitely more tolerable. I mean, overall, this is just an enjoyable car to motor around. It's really soft, quiet.
You want to run over some cyclists?
No, I definitely do not want to. I'm sure they saw the Infiniti badge and was started seeing the life. Look at all
my children.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and final thoughts.
Yeah.
Like anxiety of these corners coming up.
Final thoughts on the QX80. Much like the Armada, it rides great, it handles pretty well, it's super comfortable, super usable, it's just more refined. It's quieter, better interior, all the things you would expect from a luxury product. The sticking point is the price. When you move up, I mean, nobody's going to want to pay this much. So you're going to better get a steep discount or an amazing lease deal. And unlike the LX Lexus, it's not going to hold its value like that. So you got to weigh this. Compared to the Cadillac, while the Cadillac tech is also very gimmicky, it's better implemented. It looks better, the screen quality is better, the software experience is better. So what type of person are you? And how much money do you actually want to waste on a luxury body-on-frame vehicle? I just can't get over the price point of all these things. It's just comical at this point. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.
Makes sense how a heart can burn with joy, then slide